What if the person who needs a hero the most is someone who doesn't believe in heroes at all? Today, we're exploring a remarkable true story about anger, forgiveness, and the most unlikely friendship you've ever witnessed. Our story begins in the most unexpected way. We're watching an episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Fred Rogers sits in his familiar living room, looking directly at us with those kind, gentle eyes. He's singing "Won't You Be My Neighbor" in that soft, reassuring voice that defined childhood for millions of Americans. But something's different today. Mr. Rogers starts showing us photographs of his friends, people he's met over the years. Then he holds up one particular picture, and the image is jarring. A man with a bloody nose and a face twisted in anguish. Mr. Rogers explains, in his calm, non-judgmental way, that this is his friend Lloyd Vogel. He tells us that Lloyd carried a tremendous amount of anger inside him, and that he had to learn one of life's hardest lessons: how to forgive. It's 1998. Lloyd Vogel is an investigative journalist with a reputation, and not the good kind. He's known for writing brutal takedown pieces that destroy his subjects. He's sharp, cynical, and bitter. As they prepare for Lloyd's sister Lorraine's wedding, Lloyd's father Jerry will be there. The tension in Lloyd's face tells us everything. He hasn't seen his father in years, and there's a reason for that. At the wedding, Lloyd tries to avoid Jerry, but his father corners him. Jerry wants to talk, wants to reconnect. He brings up Lloyd's mother, and something inside Lloyd snaps. Without warning, Lloyd punches his father square in the face. Chaos erupts. Wedding guests rush in, trying to break up the fight. Someone throws a punch that catches Lloyd in the face. The perfect wedding day is ruined, and Lloyd becomes exactly what Mr. Rogers showed us at the beginning: a man with a bloody nose and a heart full of rage. Back at work, Lloyd's editor Ellen calls him into her office. She has a new assignment for him, a profile piece for their magazine's upcoming issue on heroes. The subject? Fred Rogers. Yes, that Mr. Rogers. The children's television host with the cardigan sweaters and the gentle voice. Lloyd is insulted. He's an investigative journalist who takes on corrupt politicians and corporate criminals. Why would he waste his time on a kids' show host? But Ellen delivers the harsh truth. No other subject will agree to be interviewed by him anymore. Lloyd's reputation for destroying people in print has closed every other door. He has no choice. He takes the assignment. When Lloyd returns home that evening, he finds Jerry waiting outside his apartment building. His father wants to talk, wants to explain, wants to apologize. Lloyd ignores him completely, walking past him as if he doesn't exist. Jerry doesn't give up. He stays there, waiting outside Lloyd's apartment for 2 entire days. Finally, realizing his son will never speak to him, he leaves. Lloyd travels to Philadelphia, where Mr. Rogers' show is filmed. There has to be something. He first meets Bill Easler, the president of Mr. Rogers' production company. Bill has read Lloyd's work and makes it clear he doesn't trust him. He's protective of Fred Rogers, and he's worried about what this cynical journalist might write. Then Lloyd meets Fred Rogers himself, and everything Lloyd expected is turned upside down. When Lloyd tells him about the fight with his father at the wedding, Mr. Rogers doesn't judge. He doesn't offer platitudes. He simply listens, really listens, in a way that makes Lloyd deeply uncomfortable. Lloyd keeps waiting for the act to drop, for the real Mr. Rogers to emerge. But it never happens. An associate cuts their interview short, and Lloyd returns home, confused and frustrated. He couldn't find the angle he was looking for. Shortly after, Mr. Rogers comes to New York City and invites Lloyd to spend the day with him. Lloyd accepts, still searching for that crack in the armor, that moment when the mask will slip. He meets Mrs. Joan Rogers, Fred's wife. She's warm and gracious, and when Lloyd hints at his skepticism, she tells him plainly, "There's no catch with Fred. What you see is what you get." Lloyd and Mr. Rogers take the subway together, and then something magical happens. The people of New York, jaded, hurried, stressed New Yorkers, recognize Mr. Rogers. One by one, they begin singing "Won't You Be My Neighbor?" The entire subway car fills with voices, all singing to this gentle man who made their childhoods a little bit brighter. Lloyd watches this unfold, unable to comprehend it. Who is this person who can transform a New York subway car into a moment of pure joy? At Mr. Rogers' apartment, Lloyd continues his interview, asking probing questions, trying to get beneath the surface. But Mr. Rogers has a way of turning questions around. He takes out his puppets, the same ones from his show, and begins using them to talk with Lloyd. Somehow, through these puppets, Mr. Rogers gets Lloyd to open up about his childhood. Lloyd tells him about his mother's death when he was young. He tells him about a special stuffed rabbit he had called Old Rabbit that helped him through those dark times. Then Mr. Rogers asks about Lloyd's father. The question hits like a trigger. All of Lloyd's defenses slam back up. He becomes upset, defensive, and angry. He abruptly leaves, practically running out of the apartment. When Lloyd arrives home, he finds something that makes his blood boil. Jerry is there, in his apartment, cooking dinner with Andrea. Jerry's long-term girlfriend Dorothy is there too, acting like they're all one big happy family. Lloyd explodes. He demands they leave. Jerry tries to talk, tries to explain, but Lloyd won't hear it. Years of buried rage come pouring out. He screams at his father about the cheating, about the abandonment, about how Jerry left their family while Lloyd's mother was dying of cancer. Jerry pleads for forgiveness, tears streaming down his face. He's sorry, he says. He made terrible mistakes, he says. He wants to make things right. And then Jerry collapses. Heart attack. At the hospital, the doctors delivered devastating news. Jerry is dying. The heart attack revealed severe heart disease. He doesn't have much time left, maybe weeks, maybe days. Lloyd should stay. His family needs him. But Lloyd hates hospitals. His mother died in a hospital. The smell, the sounds, the memories, it's all too much. Andrea begs him to stay, tells him he's abandoning his family just like his father did. But Lloyd can't handle it. He leaves, heading back to Philadelphia to see Mr. Rogers. Exhaustion and emotional trauma overwhelm Lloyd. He passes out and falls into a bizarre, surreal dream. He's in the land of make-believe from Mr. Rogers' show, but he's a puppet old rabbit, his childhood toy. He's in King Friday's kingdom, but where Daniel Tiger should be, Lloyd is there instead. He sees Andrea as Lady Aberlin, one of the show's characters. Then the dream shifts. He's standing beside his mother's hospital bed, watching her die all over again. But this time, she speaks to him. She tells him something profound. He doesn't need to hold on to this anger for her sake. She never wanted him to carry this burden. Lloyd wakes up in the Rogers home. Mr. and Mrs. Rogers are sitting at the piano, playing a gentle melody. They found him passed out and brought him inside to rest. Mr. Rogers takes Lloyd to lunch. They sit across from each other in a quiet restaurant, and Lloyd expects more probing questions. Instead, Mr. Rogers makes a simple request. He asks Lloyd to take 1 minute of silence. During that minute, Lloyd should think about all the people who loved him into being, everyone who helped shape him into the person he is today. Then Mr. Rogers does something extraordinary. He looks directly at the camera, directly at us, the audience. He's including us in this moment of reflection. The restaurant falls away, and for 1 full minute, we sit in complete silence, thinking about our own lives, our own people. It's one of the most powerful minutes in cinema. No music, no dialogue, just silence and reflection. Lloyd returns home transformed. He finds Andrea and breaks down. He tells her how scared he is of being a father, of losing people he loves, of becoming like Jerry. He tells her how much he needs her. Together, they make a decision. They move into Jerry's home to take care of him during his final days. Those days are difficult. Jerry is weak and dying, but he's there, present in a way he never was when Lloyd was growing up. And slowly, painfully, Lloyd begins to let go of his anger. They talk about the past, about mistakes and regrets. They don't erase what happened, but they find something like understanding. During this time, Lloyd writes his article about Mr. Rogers. But it's not the takedown piece he initially planned. It's not even a typical profile. It's something much deeper, a reflection on kindness, forgiveness, and the revolutionary act of simply being good. The article becomes the cover story for Esquire magazine. It's unlike anything Lloyd has ever written, and unlike anything his readers have ever read from him. During the holiday season, the entire Vogel family gathers at Jerry's home. The house is full of people, warmth, and laughter, something Lloyd hasn't experienced in years. Lorraine is there with her husband, having forgiven Lloyd for ruining her wedding. Extended family members fill the rooms with noise and life. Then there's a knock at the door. Lloyd opens it, and standing there is Fred Rogers himself. He's come to visit, to meet Lloyd's family. Lorraine and her husband are stunned. Mr. Rogers is in their home. The Mr. Rogers. He's thrilled to meet everyone, talking with genuine interest to each family member, making them all feel seen and valued. Before leaving, Mr. Rogers leans close to Jerry and whispers something. He asks Jerry to pray for him. Lloyd is confused. "Why would you need Jerry to pray for you?" he asks. Mr. Rogers smiles that knowing smile. "Your father must be very close to God right now," he says softly. It's a profound moment. Mr. Rogers has given Jerry something precious, purpose and importance in his final days. Jerry dies shortly after, peacefully and surrounded by family. Lloyd has made peace with his father, and while the pain and the complicated history don't disappear, they no longer define him. Lloyd tells Andrea that he's going to take time off from work so she can return to her career. He wants to be there for their baby in a way his father never was for him. The cycle is broken. The film returns to where it began, the set of Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Fred Rogers looks at us one final time. He says goodbye in that gentle way of his, reminding us that we're special just the way we are. He leaves the set and walks to the control room to watch the playback of the episode we've just witnessed.